Well, good morning. I hope everyone's well. We'll be starting the stream in just a few moments. In the meantime, let me just please introduce the current status of what's going on. The stream tomorrow will be Master System once again, and Mark III, the Japanese Master System, will be playing some card games. Excuse me, I was just about to sneeze there. So yeah, that's what's happening tomorrow. The YQuest stream will be going today, which is the programming of the little game. We'll be doing that as well next week. It's coming along nicely, so hopefully it'll be finished soon. But there'll be at least, I think, one more week probably of it, and then we'll do something else. I'm not quite sure what yet. Apart from that, I've been working busy on the tutorials this week. I've been doing some more 68,000 tutorials, the simple series, been writing a few more of those. They're ongoing at the moment, and also I've been starting the ARM tutorials. I've written 3 episodes of the platform specific series covering the RISC OS, the Game Boy Advance, and I will be doing the Nintendo DS. The code is written, but I haven't written the tutorial yet, so that's definitely coming. But as I say, that'll be in a few weeks. I want to finish the PDP 11 and the RISC 5 tutorials before I start going to the platform specific for the ARM and the other processors in that series. So that's just to let you know what's coming in general. I think that's everything that's worth reporting at the moment. So let's start the proper stream. Well, hello there. Okay, it's 5 AM and my coffee is too hot to drink, which is not good, but hopefully it will cool down to a viable level soon. Started a little early today. I'd like to say that was because I was feeling super enthusiastic, but it would be a horrendous lie. It's because I've set the scheduling software up incorrectly. So there we go, and you can't change the schedule once you've set it. So I thought, well, I'm awake, so we can start a little bit early. Hello there, Quasar Sam Coupe. Very kind of you to join me today. We're on the CPC at the moment, but as I've said before, I will be attempting to port YQuest to other platforms later on, and maybe other processors. I can't say at this stage. Just need to see how popular the series is and see if there's anything better to do on other processors. So yeah, as I say, the plan is for it to come out on other systems as well. So anyway, let's compile and let's see what we've got at the moment. I know what we've got. We've got a computer with no joystick plugged in. That's not going to go well. Hang on a minute. That's not good at all. I have some problems with my ports on my other machine. I share the same USB hub between both, just switching it across so that all my keyboard and mouse and things all switch over. But it was playing up and the joystick wasn't working, so I had to disconnect it and had to connect it directly into the machine, and that means that when I switched over to this one, we had no joystick connected. Here we go. There we go. That's better. Now compile. It's a bit loud. I don't know if we really needed that. Let's turn the volume down. There we go. So here's the state of play. Just turn that volume down a little bit more again. It's okay. So I just trying to balance the volume between what it sounds like to me and what it sounds like to the viewer. It's a bit difficult. Okay. Anyway, so we have a game here, and so the mission, should I choose to accept it, like I have a choice, is to get all of these new characters here. That's getting quite annoying. So these ones we need to put into the game now, and we need to give them different speeds and fire patterns or whatever we can knock up. So we'll have to see what we can do. Okay. So in the initial case, what we're going to do is we're just going to keep tweaking this level, and we're just going to add them into this level, and then once we've got all of the enemies programmed up, we'll start defining a range of levels. If I can find the code that handles it all. It's been a while. Every week I can't remember what's going on. It's too early for this. It's too early. So there, that's the toothy. so now we need the snake thing. We're going to call that wiggle. That sounds funny. Like nice comedically named enemy, so that can be wiggle. And wiggle could be, what can wiggle do? I mean, for the moment I've not got very many options. I mean, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 7 different. Okay. I got a plan. We'll have him move fast, and we'll have him change directions an awful lot. Yeah, it could be fun because it looks like a worm. And it's going to keep turning. The sprite will like keep alternating directions, so I think that would make sense. So let's make. I'm just looking. So excuse me. I'm just looking at the code and trying to remember what on earth all of this does. So is this the sprite? What's that there? That's not the sprite number, that's the collision routine. Okay, yeah, so that's the program. So we need program 3. I'm just, why is fast blue on collision routine 2? I can't remember why that would be. Oh dear, it feels like someone else has written this code last week. Sometimes it's so long ago. It seems. Have a look. See if anyone in the chat can remember how this program works. If you could let me know. So I have very little idea. Program 1 is crystal. I think that's a mistake. I don't think that should be 2. I think that should be a 1 there. Okay, well anyway, we'll assume on that. I think that's a mistake. So yeah, we want program 3, want sprite 9. Oh, hang on a minute. No, I'm misreading this. So that's the sprite, that's the collision, that's the program, and that's the XY acceleration. Sorry, that's I'm misreading it. So there we go. So no, it was correct. Okay, I'm on track again. Let's put a comment up here. We may use these spare ones. We might use them for some kind of hit points, maybe. Something like, maybe not. That's going to get a bit tough if we give them hit points. Maybe something about them changing direction more often or something. I'm not sure yet. We'll see. We'll figure something out. Anyway, so we've got now program 4. We find the program code. Where is it? Here we go. Just a moment. So I'm just going to take a copy this because I'm going to have to get back here quite often. It's just we're programming this thing. So we're probably going to have to make quite a lot of new programs for program 4. Okay. So this one is shooting. And this one is going to be indecisive. Okay. And so we're going to change this and we're going to take these out. Okay, let's see what that does. So I'm just looking at his movement there. I want him to be faster. I think he should be faster. Let's see. There we go. Look at that. Look at that go. It's crazy. It's out of control. Yeah, I like that. That looks about right for that character. The way that it keeps turning around, I think it should be moving pretty fast. That one. Okay. I'm just thinking, what we're going to do for that jellyfish. The next one's a kind of jellyfish thing. I'd like. Hello there, Polter. Very kind of you to join me today. We're creating new enemies, and I'm trying to come up with simple ways of making each of these enemies different from each other. I've not got many. I don't really want to be coding up complex stuff, so we're just trying to think of a few fun things we can do with them without giving ourselves a migraine in the process, if we can. Maybe we can, maybe we can't. Okay. Okay. No move. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put some code in here. I'm going to put some code in here that stops the player from the enemy from moving. I want to be able to make them randomly stay still. I think that'd be quite fun, and it'd be relatively pretty easy to program up. So yeah, let's have some of that. Hang on a minute. I'm being redundant here, I think. So I'm misreading the code. Okay, it's all right. I'm misreading the code. I've been doing ARM assembly and 68,000 assembly, and it starts to get confusing. You look at the code, you're like, which one's the source and which is the destination? Because on some sources on the right and destinations on the left, and others it's the other way around. So sometimes I get a little bit confused, and there we go. So program no move. Five equals waiter. Okay, I'm just looking at my code here. So I want to have this code. I want there to be a chance of it shooting. I want there to be a chance of it moving as normal, and I want there to be a chance of it not doing anything. So it's going to kind of move around, loiter, fire, move around, loiter, fire. That's my sort of plan. Okay. So we need a random chance of it carrying on as it was. So that will be that, and then we need a chance of it changing direction, and that will be and then I'm not sure if that's going to work, and and then we need a chance of it firing, and that will be that. And then we need it to not move if it's firing, so it won't fire if it's moving. It'll only fire if it's not moving. That if I've done it right. I'll have to try it out. I'm very much a trial and error program, I'm afraid. I'm not one of these people who can work out massive chunks of complex code in my head. I have to try it out and see and tweak it and make a fool of myself. It's just the way it has. It's the way of things. So there we go. So this is jellyfish. Let's run that one out. 7. See how that goes. I see a lot of moving and no waiting. I've obviously botched that up. Well, I did wonder. Okay, let's have another go. So waiter. So here's the probability. Yeah, these two are overlapping. So I need a few bytes that neither applies to there. That's why that happened. Okay, that's not working still. They're doing very well there. It's not working. I've forgotten to set the program maybe. Let's have a look. Yeah, I've forgotten to set the program. I need program 5. Making a fool of myself, Mark. Yeah, well, it happens. Oh, look, it's not stopping. It's not stopping. It's supposed to stop. It's supposed to stop. I don't know why that is. Okay, right. Well, we're gonna have to start. We're gonna have to put a breakpoint in. Just double check the code's really running. It is running. But that code is not. Okay. So we're storing the do random in A there, ending with these three, and we're saying if it's not 0, go to program OK, which will carry on moving. And then we're saying, well, if these 3 are not 0, jump to program new dir. But if these 3 are 0, then it should, shouldn't it? It should carry on to here. I would have thought. Oh, okay, it did happen. Okay. Just took a long time. No, that's a bug in the code. I need to come up with something to stop that. There is a problem at the moment. It's what the heck? The heck happened there? It jumped. It jumped to my position. That's not what was supposed to happen. Okay, I think I've made some kind of logical error here, because that's certainly not what I expected. Yeah, that's a good point. Random seed. I can't remember what I'm doing at the moment. Maybe I'm not doing anything. Maybe that's part of the problem. Let's have a look. Yeah, okay. Well, what we'll do is if we put in here a call to do random, that will effectively keep reseeding the random number. And as you say, when there's a press fire to start at the front, okay. It's seeking onto the player. That was categorically not what it was supposed to do. I don't know why that is. Let's have a look. Let's try and figure out what's going on there. Oh yeah, okay. I got confused when I was messing around earlier. Okay, so yeah, that's all right. We can fix this. Now I have some vague idea what I'm doing. We can sort all this out. So we do need to load. I guess we do need to load these in. I was a little bit confused. So I thought maybe they were already in memory, but I guess they're not. So we need to load in the YPOS and the XPOS of the enemy object. I thought we were just updating them, but I guess we're actually loading them into RAM as well, into registers as well. But yeah, I need to program in some kind of solution to the make the enemies re-initialize themselves or move to the edges of the screen or something when the player's killed. because otherwise that's going to happen. Yeah. No, where the player gets repeatedly killed. Sorry, because I'd say there's no logic to that. Oh, that was a bit. I don't know. Oh, jump out of range. I'm sorry, I'm getting an error message here. So my code's got too big. That happens. So that's why it crashed when I compiled. Well, I need to change these logic rules because there's virtually no points where it's actually not moving. That's definitely not what was intended. I think I got mixed up here with the code here. So trying to work out what I'm going to do here. So if we do an and, we do zzzZ, so that's the so there's going to be a 50-50 probability it won't move now, hopefully, if I've done that right, and then if it does move, there'll be a 50-50% chance it'll change direction. Stop it. And that's happened again. Well, it's sort of working, but it's not firing often enough. I want more. I want to see more firing. Okay. I also want it to move less often. Okay. But I want more I want more firing. Still doesn't really have the kind of feel I had expected. I want for it. Okay, we'll try that instead. Maybe just need use a single bit. Okay. Debate points go away. It's not firing often enough. It should be firing far more than that. Okay. Is that it? Fire more, damn it. I've changed the wrong program code, that's why. I changed the wrong, I changed program 3, I should change program 5. Okay. There we go, that's more like what I had in mind. Okay. Okay, so yeah, that's kind of like what I wanted. Right. So let's save our work because, as I've said it before, Win8 does not save. I'm just going to have a quick sip of tea, coffee. And with caffeine levels restored, maybe we can do some more work. Okay. Right, what we're going to do then is we're going to have a look at this code that does the randomization of player positions, enemy positions, and we're going to work out what we're going to do about the fact that if the player gets hit in the middle of the screen, then they keep jumping back to the top of the enemy that killed them, which is a bit dumb. So we need to do something about that. Okay, so we need randomize object position. Here we go. So we need that, and what we need is we need two versions. We need one for crystals and mines, which is just normal, and then we need one for enemies, which is, I think what we need to do is we need to restrict them to the edges of the screen, either the top and bottom or left and right or both. I think for simplicity maybe we'll just make them come from the left and the right or something. Just why not? Let's make, making the code a little bit easier for me. Maybe we'll do that. But we definitely need to do something because we can't have the player getting repeatedly maimed like is happening there. 5 seconds of invulnerability. Yeah, that's not a bad idea actually. That would solve the problem as well. Yeah, actually that's a better idea. That's Quasar. That's easier. It's going to be less hassle for me, so we'll just do that instead. Yeah, okay. So we'll make the player invulnerable for 5 seconds. Okay, we'll do that instead. Let's say anything's fine. We just need invincible. We just need a solution. Just start off with 255 invincibility. I think the original game had a power-up that made you invincible as well, so I wasn't planning on doing power-ups in this, but we could we could do that as an upgrade version maybe or something. But power-ups are a bit tricky because if you're going to put power-ups in, then you need to start putting more. You see the amount of work it takes to create different enemy types. Well, if you're creating different power-up types, you're having to reprogram your player rules and reprogram your firing rules and things. So yeah. It's spawn campers. Yeah, right. I'm not much of a first-person shooter. Yeah, I do know the term, but it didn't come to mind very quickly. But yeah, that's a very good point. They are respawn campers, aren't they? Okay, so where's my? I can't remember where the code is. Okay, player hurt. This is what we want to do. So if where's the code? There's two pieces of code that do player hurt. So one's there and one is there. Okay, well, let's just do the easy thing then, and we'll just load in from A here. That's what comes from doing 68,000. You get your code backwards, and then we'll do or A and J and ret NZ. So if invincibility is greater than 0, then we're just going to ignore the player being hit. Sorry, excuse me. I was just double checking that that didn't jump back to the main loop. Just checking I hadn't got like a. I wasn't. Got to make sure all your stack doesn't increase. So if you can't have the player dead subroutine jump back to the start of the program, or the stack will get fuller and fuller each time you die. So I was just checking that out. So yeah, I think it's okay though. So we've got our invincibility here, and then what we just need to go to draw player. That's not actually the player. That's the. I need to rename these routines. Draw player should actually be draw sprite. Okay. That one actually is drawing the player. That one's actually legit. Okay, so what we're going to do here is we're going to do that, and we're going to do and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then we're going to call if that's 0. Okay, and so we have a routine invoke here, and then we need to do a deck right, and then store the invincibility back. So that's going to be the decrease counter, and it's also, hopefully, if I've done it right, going to make the player flash while the player's invincible. Flash a little bit fast, but flash all the same. We'll worry about the speed in a second. Oh, I've still got that breakpoint. So there we go. So we should be invincible at this point. Yes, we are. Okay, very good. Very good. And if we move that to there and compile again. Okay, I think that's a bit more of a sedated flashing there. Okay. We need to work out what the best setting for this is going to be then. How long does the player need to be invincible? Clear all breakpoints. There we go. That's what we want. I missed the invincibility routine. I didn't see how long it flashed for. Okay, that's not long enough. Let's try 48. Okay, right, let's see what we can do here. Okay, so we need, I think that invincibility is about right. So if we go to the player hurt routine again, and we'll work out what we can do here. Okay. Yeah, I think that's about right. So now we just have to contend with my lousy playing. But the theory works. The theory works okay, and that's all we can hope for. Okay, so I think that looks pretty good. That old jellyfish is going around causing trouble. Okay, so let's save our work there, and let's work out what we're going to do next. So we've done the toothy here. We've done wiggle, that worm thing. We've got that we've done jelly. So we've got that thing waving its arms around, looking angry. Okay. I think that should be a faster version of jelly. I think it looks like it should be stomping around, being angry. We'll call it moody. I think, and it looks like it's waving its arms around, stomping around in a rage. So we'll give it we'll make it a faster version of jelly. I think that could be quite fun. Okay, so that's all of that, but then this is going to be all the way up to 4. Good God, look at it go, it's out of control. I mean, we better maybe we'll slow it down a little bit. It is that's absolutely, look at it go, it's crazy. I didn't quite expect it to be quite that out of control. Even the last one. Oh, sorry, I've not switched the screen back. I apologise. Oh dear. The gas. Yeah, sorry. Yeah. The gas thing. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. We could maybe do. We could maybe do something like that. I'll have to have a look at that. Yeah. Okay. So. Yeah, okay, old Moody's doing his thing now. Okay, so let's see what we've got now. So we've got the vertical thing. I won't switch back to the sprites because I'll only forget to move back again. We want to try and reuse some of these. So we could make the vertical thing a faster version of Toothy. That'll work nicely. We'll call him V-bar. It's like a vertical bar. That's what it's supposed to be anyway. So, yeah. And that's going to be number 12. Number 9 here. What's going on there? Why are they following the exact same pattern? The random number generator shouldn't do that. I didn't think. Okay, I'm surprised. I didn't think the random number generator would do that. I need to think about that. Okay. Anyway, the V bar's going around now. Yeah, the random seed changes every single time. So why would, unless something was resetting it, why would they have the same move pattern? Okay. I mean, it must just be some quirk of the random number generator. It does put, if you put this certain seed numbers into it, it does just start to produce predictable results in some cases. Okay, so maybe we just need some more randomization into there, but anyway, right, so we got that one done. And now I need the 3i thing. Okay, what I've got any... I'm trying to reuse the code as much as possible, just upping the speed of them. I don't really want to give them hit points. I have a feeling that's going to get a bit like difficult, because it's hard enough to shoot them anyway. So if they've got like 5 hit points, you're going to be almost indestructible. And the screen's quite small, so I want to try and avoid that. Let's see what we've got. What can we reuse here? So we've got program 5 has been used quite a lot. Program 4. Let's have one with program 4, but moves a bit of faster move speed. Not for the next one though. That'll be good for number 13, the duo thing. Going to be number 10, no, number 11. Okay, so I guess that's number 14 then. Yeah, so the eyes thing. The eyes thing. Well, let's just use the toothy one again at speed 3. Let's just this one's going to be called 3 eyes. Okay. Three eye. Oh. Three eyes. There we go. Look at that blighter go. Actually, we don't have any that move faster but don't fire, do we? I don't think. Oh, we have fast blue maybe. Okay, well, fast blue's okay. I mean, these later ones are only going to appear in later levels, so it's not a particular problem. Okay, and then we want joined duo. The way the original game worked is each progressive level would, every few levels they'd introduce a new enemy, and then you'd start getting bombarded with the new enemy. Look at that thing go! It's crazy. I'm not quite sure what to make of that thing. I'm not sure if that's. Oh, now I'm out of control as well. Let's try and hit it. Oh, I got it. It's not too bad then. I saw that movement pattern. I was like, I'm not sure what to make of that. It's yeah, okay. Let's try it on a different movement pattern. Let's try it on movement pattern 2. I just want it to be a little more threatening. I'm just a bit confused. It seems to be doubling back on itself so much. I changed the wrong one. There. Okay, well that would be why no effect happened. Okay, let's change it to number 2 here. Okay, that's more like it. That's more like what we want. I just want to try it on pattern 1. I think maybe pattern 1 will be more appropriate for that enemy. Okay, there we go. That's what we want. There we go. It's moving really fast, but it's changing direction quite a lot. So it's a bit. It's not covering the entire screen. Okay. Okay, so the final one is number 12. And this is, as some coupe gave a suggestion that it should maybe seek onto you. I think we can probably do something like that. Let's give it a go. We will need a new program code, but we've managed to reuse all of the other ones so many times. I think it's about time we put some effort into programming. So we will do that. So okay, program 5, and so this one's going to be program 6. And this is going to be a seeker, and what we're going to need to do is we're going to have to override the normal program code, because the normal program code would have the enemy moving towards the what's the word, using the acceleration values, and we don't want to do that in this case. So that's the object X and Y position. I can't remember the variables for the player position. Player X and player Y. I'm not very imaginative. There are advantages sometimes to that. Okay. Okay. So it's nearly 6 o'clock here. We're going to go until 6:45. I started 1/4 of an hour early, so I'm going to finish 1/4 of an hour early as well. So that's the plan. Okay, so let's load A from player X and load that into H. L with player Y. CP H zzzZ. So what we're doing here is we're seeing if the X position of the enemy is the same as the player. If the player's position, if it's the same, we're doing nothing. If we're lower, let me think this through. We're comparing the enemy position to the player position. So if the player position is lower, we want to do a deck. So in this case, we want to do an ink of B. I think I've got this right. If I've got it wrong, if the enemy will move the wrong direction. We'll soon figure it out. Okay, let's try that out. Oh dear. Press player any key. Well, that's certainly not what we expect. Oh, jump out of range again. Well, that was to be expected. It's not moving at all. Okay, hang on a minute. I know what the problem is there. I think I do. Oh, maybe I don't. Okay. So we're comparing to H. So oh, okay, yeah, ink in a deck, that's going to zero each other out. I've forgotten to jump, that's all. Yeah, okay, we can cope with that. Oh, yeah, I put that in the wrong place. That should have been there. Okay. It's not moving. Why is it not moving? Well, it is backwards, but apart from that, why isn't it moving the player? Or do I need to write them back within this routine then? Maybe I do. I can't remember how it works. I guess that's the problem. It's not working. Is it not working? I'll put that in the wrong place. I'll put it in the wrong place. Okay, let's try again. 5 AM curse is getting to me here. My programming is getting very poor. There we go. It's seeking onto me now. Yeah, it's doing it. But we can outrun it because we're fast. Okay, that looks about right then. And so we need to do the same for YPOS. And then we need to do the same kind of CUD just here. So compared to L, and that's going to be Y OK, and then that's going to be Y low, that's going to be Y OK, that's going to be Y low, and that's going to be Y OK, and that's going to be in C. And the jumps out of range. Well, we expected that. Okay, compile again. And I've got flipping breakpoint. Go away breakpoint screen. He's coming for me, it's coming for me, make it stop. Okay, what I want to do though is I want to put a randomizer in, and I want to make it not move at all 50% of the time, because it's too hard. You know, dodging that sucker's a bit of a challenge. Okay, so yeah, I'll put in. We'll put in a do random, and if the top bit jump out of range again, yeah, we'll get the message. There we go. Just do another one so I don't have the problem immediately again. Okay. I'm wondering, could we make him fire as well? I think maybe he should fire as well. Yeah. Let's. I'm thinking maybe he should be like the last boss kind of thing, and probably. I think he wouldn't be very threatening if there's just one like that, but I can imagine if there was a screen full of them, it would be pretty horrible. So yeah, I think he should fire as well. So if we just go down here, and if we just put in some code there as well. Actually, let's do if we just put our code in here, program 6 no move, and then here if we go to jump to no move, then here we can make the enemy fire. Now I don't know how often we want him to fire, but I think maybe he should fire a lot. So I have a feeling this one should be our kind of really tough bugger. You need to give a lot. There we go. It's always fine. It's obviously something wrong with my random number generation. I don't know why. Oh, I know why. It's not the random number generation. It's the acceleration, and it uses the acceleration, and the acceleration is static. So okay, I'm just trying to think how we can do that. Okay, well, maybe we can just do this. Wrong place. There we go. There we go. You got me. You got me. Oh, he's out of control. So there we go. So now even if he's not got you yet, yeah. So as I say, I can imagine if there were like 3 of those on the screen, you'd be having a heck of a hard time. Yeah, there we go. I think that's. Maybe you should just move towards you a little bit faster though, just a little bit. Let's have another go. So if we just change that, so now there's only a 1 in 4 chance that he won't move. Okay, yeah, okay, so he's coming a bit faster now. I think that's better. But I want him to fire more as well. So we'll double his fire speed up. Go away, leave me alone. I think that's what we want. I think that's spot on, because we can outrun him pretty easily, but he's still coming, and also he's just belting out that firepower. So I think that's a nice combination. Now the only thing I want to change is yeah. The only thing I want to change is he's not firing left, up, down, left, and right. There's too much diagonal fire, so I think I'm just trying to think how it's going to be easiest to do that. We need to change. I mean, we could just do a simple lookup table, maybe. Let's have a look at the code here, because what we want to do here is, instead of okay, so what I'm going to do here is we're going to load H and HL with 0, and then we're going to do let me just think this through. I'm just going to do maybe a series of compares here. I'm just trying to think what the easiest way of getting this to work is. I can't think it through. I want to have it so one axis is negative or positive at all times, but one axis could be 0 at all times, and I can't think what the easiest way of doing it's going to be. I need to. So I could have a table, or I could have a series of compare statements, but they don't feel the best way of doing this. Okay. Sorry, I'm just thinking. I can't think off the top of my head the best solution to this. Okay, well we'll leave it for now. We'll worry about it next week. I need time to think about that and kind of work out the best solution. I'm too tired at the moment to figure it out. So we'll just leave it as is at the moment. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. There's got to be a better solution. I just can't think of it at the moment. So we'll just leave it. We'll leave what we're doing at the moment does work. So yeah, we'll just leave it for now. Okay. Anyway, so now we've got our enemies. We need to work out some levels. So what we're going to do is we need either 8 or 16 levels or something. We need a power of 8 because we're going to make them repeat. Just so that the player can play for up to level 255 if they feel inclined. So so we need to come up with a series of levels. We're going to test each level out at the start here, and we'll work out what looks good for different levels. So there we go. So that's so this is going to be our bank of potential things we can put in the levels. We've got fast blues, slow purples, and we've got a clouder. Okay. That's a slow purple there. We've got to get these named up or we're going to get very confused. And these are crystals. And these are mines. Okay. So we've got 3 slow purples, 3 crystals, and 4 mines, and that should be 255, not 25. I don't know what that's all about. I'm surprised that's not causing trouble really. Okay, so let's just check that out. Okay, so that's level 3. Yeah, so it looks pretty restrained still. You know, nothing too amazing there. So now we need level 4. So if we just take, as I say, the plan is going to basically be that every level we'll use bits of the previous one, but we'll start to add something a little bit tougher. So this is level 4 here. And we will add a toothy. Add a toothy, and we'll have 1 less slow purple, and we'll have 2 fast blues. Oh. Let's see what that looks like. There we go. That's looking a bit tough. And let's up the crystal count to 20. Yeah. The crystal count on the first one is only 3, so the second one let's have it as 8. And then this one 15. Maybe. Yeah, and this one 20. And then we'll keep it at 20 for a few levels. So that's level 4, and that's it. Now into level 5. Okay, so we've got our toothy, we've got our slow purple. Let's reduce the number of slow purples to 1 this time, and we've got our toothy And let's also have a wiggle. Let's bring on those wiggles in. Okay, okay. Not really very threatening, that wiggle, is it? Okay. Let's have a couple of wiggles. Obviously underestimated the horror of a wiggling worm there. Somehow, I don't know. There we go. There we go. Those wiggles are looking a bit more menacing now. Just need to make for in quantity what we lack in quality potentially. I want to drop the number of fast blues. They're not blue anyway, but they were blue when I named them that. So we'll reduce the number of fast blues to 1. There we go. That's got a bit of variety, and we've got 20 crystals. Okay, looks about right. Okay, so level 6. What can we put on level 6? Let's have a look. So we've got our toothy, our fast blue, wiggle, so our jelly. We need to bring in some of the old jellies. So let's replace the slow purple with a jelly. Because slow purple, I think, has had a fair innings. We need to give someone up. We need to put him on the bench and bring someone else out. There we go. There we go. Now, of course, if there's too many enemies firing at the same time, they're going to start limiting each other's firepower because there's a sprite limit for the bullets. Okay, I think that looks interesting. Yeah. Okay. Wiggles not really as menacing as maybe they should be. Let's change that then. Let's drop the number of wiggles to 2, and let's keep the old slow purples in. And let's have 2 slow purples. I think maybe I like the wiggles, but they're just kind of blocking off certain areas. They're not really offering much menace on a larger area. That's better. Okay. So that's level 6. Level 7. What can we do with level 7? Okay, well, we've got our Moody. Let's bring in an old Moody. I think we'll down the number of wiggles to just 1 this time, and we'll bring the Moody in. Do we want more mines? Maybe just a few more. I'm not sure whether to up the crystal count. We'll probably up it at some point. It's out of control. What the heck's going on? Okay. Yeah, okay. I'm just looking at these crystals. I think maybe we want more crystals on screen. Let me just check out. I can't remember how my code works for respawning crystals. Did I program it so that there will have to always be 3 on screen? Yeah, it's a fixed number. Okay. Let's change it to 5. I just need to check that's not going to negatively affect the first level then. Because I'm not sure. I think it'll be okay, but I just want to double check. Okay. So that's level 7. So we're going to have to make 16 levels because I need to be a multiple of 8, a power of 2, sorry, so that I can make it easily repeat. I'll just do a mask on the level number, you see. Okay, so if I just compile this and just check. Okay, there we go. So it looks like it's working okay anyway. I still need to work on that collision detection a bit. Still a bit sloppy. Okay. Well, that can be for next week. I think we're going to finish this game next week. So as I say, we should be able to. I've still got another 20, 30 minutes. So hopefully we can make the rest of these levels now. It would be better if these started at 0. Well, I don't know. I mean, programmatically, level 1 is level 0. I'm not sure. I guess it doesn't really matter. I'm not entirely happy with it, but we'll ignore it. So this is level 8. Anyway. So let's up our crystal count to 25 now. And let's have a V-bar. Let's bring one of them V-bars in. And let's reduce the number of slow purples to 1. That firefighter going on, it's crazy. Why have we got no crystals? Why have we got no mines? Oh, I missed part of the level. Oh no. I'm confused. Why is there no mines? Have I used up? Have I hit this? How many? What's the spike limit for the objects? Have I used them all up? Oh no, it's set to 1. It should be set to 10. Didn't I up that? I thought I upped that to 13. I must have made a typo. That's pretty nuts. I like that. That's pretty crazy. Okay, what I'm going to do though, I'm going to decrease the number of mines in the early levels. I'm going to down these to 5 just to give the player a little bit of a warm up to it, and then we'll have 10, and then 10, and then 13. Yeah, okay. And then level 9. Okay, we will get rid of the wiggle and replace him with a 3 eyes, because the wiggle isn't very threatening. He's not really up to the job. So we want the old 3 eyes instead. Okay. have a go with that. Hello there, HH. We're making levels. We've got a wide variety of enemy types now. We're just putting them to good use. Look at all those. Look at all those gits go. They're going all over the place. Okay. Okay. So that's pretty. So that's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy. Okay. And if it's level 10, what can we do for level 10? Okay, so level 10, we've used our 3 eyes, so we've only got one enemy type left now, joined duo, well, joined duo, and then clouder. So let's it's okay, we're getting close to the end, so I'm not worried we're running out of enemy types. So let's bring in old joined duo, and let's replace fast blue with a joined duo. There's the old joined duo flying around the screen like a lunatic. Okay. Dear me. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I'll do for now. I'm gonna have to do some play testing on this and just see if there's any balancing needed and things. But we'll worry about that some other day. Level 11. Okay. So we've got our moody. So our last one is our clouder. So instead of adding the clouder, though, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bombard the player with some more jellies. And let's have an extra jelly, an extra slow purple, and an extra V-bar. And let's up the mines to 15. Dear me, that is a busy screen. That is really rough. We'll have to have a think about this. I might need to give the player an easier time. I'm not sure if I'm being excessive here. I like the way it looks though. We need to come up with some way of giving the player extra lives. I think we also need to fix this collision detection. It's not quite what you'd expect, but yeah, it seems playable. We'll give the player an extra life every time they win a level. So 8k. We could of course load HL with lives and do an ink brackets HL. That would work as well. Okay, anyway. I just want to check that extra lives code's working. I've got to fix that collision detection. There we go. I lost control of my acceleration. There we go. Level complete. And now I've got 2 lives. So yeah, the lives is going up by 1 every time you're in a level. That's what we need. Okay, so we've got level 11, level 12. Okay. What so we've used the join, we've used all of them except the clouder. So 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to start ramping up, because I think the clouders are going to be our kind of last boss on this one. So we'll have a 1 clouder here, and then each level will have 1 more clouder than, I've got to change the code, 1 more clouder than the last. So as we get closer to level 16, okay, let's put that up to here, compile that. Okay, we need to take something off though. That's too much. Okay, because the clouder won't be able to fire if there's all that crap on the screen. Okay, so let's take old Toothy off there. How many enemies have we got now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so it's the same number. Right, it's okay. Okay, I want to do, hang on a minute. I want to reduce the number of jellyfish on this one. And I think it's too much, those jellyfish. So we'll take 1 jellyfish off there, and let's instead have, let's have 3 slow purples instead on that level. The jellyfish are going to use up all the firepower anyway. And that V-bar as well. That V-bar is too aggressive. Let's replace it with a wiggle. Wiggle's pretty passive. We can tolerate it. We can tolerate a wiggle. Okay. Dear God, it's still absolutely crazy. Now I do have to point out at this point, I don't think the original game was ever this crazy. I think I've kind of gone overboard a bit here. Okay. Well, whatever. Okay. So that's level 12. I'm not sure that's fair. It might be completely overboard, but I don't care at this point. We'll worry about difficulty balancing later on. Or maybe we won't, who knows. So level 13 is going to up the clouders to 2. Okay. I'm gonna have to have a play at this. I mean, hang on a minute. My bullet just went through. Oh, maybe it didn't. Okay. I'll have to play this through and just work out, to what extent these levels are remotely playable. If they're not, then I'll change them. But I mean, say generally speaking, I like the look of that. So level 14. I mean, we could be clever here. We could actually overlap the code here, because the only no, maybe not, because I do want to add some more mines as well. I was going to say that I was just going to change the number of clouders, but I'm actually possibly not. So there we go. Undefined symbol. Sorry, I forgot to do a copy paste there. So level 14 here, and the number of mines will now be 17, and the number of clouders will be 3. And apart from let's up the number of crystals to 30 now. No, I think the level's going to be too long. We'll have a think of it, but that's another thing we can consider. This is completely nuts. I can't even. The correct number of crystals on the screen there. I can't see all of them. One, 2, 3. I can only see 3 crystals. Yeah, there's only 3 crystals on the screen. There should be 5. Okay. Let's change all of these. Okay, and there we go. Yeah, 12, 13, 14. 15. I'm not being very imaginative here. I'm just I just want to keep adding the cloud just to keep using those as a sort of way of increasing pressure. So this one's going to have 4 clouders. I am going to reduce the number of slow purples down to 2 here, and 1 here, because it's too. I think it's too aggressive. And then the last level, let's have 30 mines. Let's have 10 clouders, and let's have nothing else at all. Let's see how that goes, and let's have the crystal count at 30. So this is the last level basically. The game will just loop after that. Okay, that's not enough. I want more than that. I don't know if I can have more than that. I think I'm up to, I think the limit's 40. Yeah, I'm hitting my limit. The limit's 40 objects on screen. So if we have 20 mines, 5, we can only have 15 clouders. We're probably corrupting some kind of memory with that otherwise. There we go. There we go. That's nuts. That's absolutely nuts. No, that's too much. That's too much. We can't do that. That's mean. It's okay. Right, so I think the only way we're going to avoid this is just to like run like heck and just keep one step ahead of them. Okay, so let's change it slightly. Let's go down from. I think actually I need to just check these out. 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. I think maybe we're already up to the limit here. 17. 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. Okay, I think we're okay. Because I say there's a 40 object limit, but I think that one's okay. I think that level 15 is okay anyway. So let's change this to 5 clouders. I think it's too much with all of those clouders going crazy like that. And let's just have some slow purples to just pad out to pad out the remaining 5. There we go. I mean, we want the last level to be pretty tough, but I don't want it to be ridiculous. Well, I kind of do. But I think all those clouders is enough, and all those mines. So okay, yeah, right. So well, we're going to need to play this quite a lot and figure out how actually viable the difficulties are, and I'll be tweaking things as well. Okay. So, okay, well, I'm not sure. I don't think we're going to do Y-Quest next week. I think we're basically done. I don't think there's anything left to do. What I'm going to do instead is I'm going to be playing this off camera, and I'm going to be testing it and tweaking the difficulty and things. We'll be doing something else next week. We'll probably write some kind of we need to move on to a different platform, so we'll maybe write some 6502 code, or I'll maybe work on some MS-DOS code or something. As I say, Y-Quest isn't totally finished at this point, but it's at the point now where I think I need to take it to just going forwards and backwards, just repeatedly tweaking the same bits of code and just trying a few things out, also documenting the code properly, debugging anything that I come across, what have you. So I don't think we'll do that as part of these live streams. We'll move on to something else instead. Anyway, yeah, I'm just trying to find this level code here. Okay, here we go. So what we need to do here is we need to do an AND 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4. What that's doing is that's masking so that after the 16th level, because the numeric level starts at 0, even though the code we just had level 1. So that will cause a loop so that the 17th level will be the first level again, which I think anyone who's got the perseverance to get that far deserves a rest. So okay, that's all we're going to do for the end of the game. We're not going to have a game over message, and we're not. I can't really think of anything to make the game more difficult on a second wave or second loop. So if they get to the 16th level, they can just have a break. So anyway, there we go. So that's YQuest. At this point, I'll probably put YQuest as it stands in the sources 7-zip of the Z80 tutorials. So if you want to download it in its current state, you can. But if you want to wait a few weeks, then it will be probably a bit better. So yeah, if you want to wait until it's properly done, then there will be a tutorial series on it. The way I'm planning to do it is we're going to have an initial tutorial on the main bulk of the code on the Amstrad CPC, and then there will be a successive tutorial on the extra changes that had to be made to port it to the different systems. That's my plan, because I can't cover the entire code every single time. So it will be kind of, if you're interested in the game, look at this one, and if you're interested in the BBC 652, if you're interested in the Sega Master System version of the game, look at this one as well. That's my sort of plan, but we'll have to see how it goes. If it was the case that there's not enough stuff to cover, then maybe I'll change things. But anyway, that's my plan. Let's go over to thanks for watching. Well, anyway, I hope you found this stream amusing. I think YQuest has come on quite nicely over the weeks. It's been far more successful than I would expect. I hope everyone's enjoyed it, and if you're not a Z80 fan, I apologise for the Z80 focus of these streams over the last few weeks, but we are going to do something different going forwards. As I say, we'll probably do something, some other programming language. I really don't know what at this stage, because I do so many. So maybe some MS-DOS or something. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, I hope you've had some fun watching this, and whatever time zone you're in, I hope you have a great day, afternoon, evening, or night, depending. Thanks for watching, and take care now.